Okay, so here I am again with another experiment video. What I'm going to do is dye with Kool-aid, but it's going to be a different kind of way to dye it that I have been. Normally what I do is I empty the entire contents of the package. Depending on how much yarn I'm dyeing, I can do up to 4 packages, depending again on how much yarn and how vibrant I want the color. So I would empty the entire contents into the simmering pot and mix it all up, but I'm not going to do it that way today. Again, I'm trying a new way, for me anyway, of dyeing yarn that I, again, found on Pinterest, because, you know, Pinterest is addicting, and I'm on there a lot. Yeah, so I thought, oh, well, that's kind of neat, and so I'm going to try it. So, with this, I'm going to turn off the element. Just because I think you don't want a lot of movement in your water when you do this. Now, what I have in here is obviously water and some vinegar. Like I said, with Kool-aid, you don't necessarily have to put the vinegar for your acid in, because it does the very first ingredient, I believe, here. Where's the ingredients? Yes, the very first ingredient there. I don't know, you can't see it, it's blurry as hell for you. But anyway, the first ingredient is citric acid. But I like to put in a little bit of vinegar just to ensure that the color does adhere. And I've soaked my yarn. What I have here is, I think I wound about 150 yards here. And I'm just going to set this down for a second so I can squeeze out the water. I was going to actually use a better camera for this, not just my phone, but as I turned it on, I discovered that poop, it's out of battery life. So, okay, so I put the skein in here. I want to try to separate it as much as possible, I think, for the way that I'm going to be doing this. Again, I guess it really doesn't matter, but it'd be interesting to see if I do it that way. Okay, so there's my yarn in my hot water, and then we're going to grab the red Kool-aid. Open it with my teeth because I only have one hand. And what we're going to do is we're actually just going to sprinkle it on top. Just like that. We're not going to mix. We're just going to let it sit. Let's see what happens there. Okay. And then we can go for a different color. What color should we do next? Purple? Red and purple? Let's do blue next. I'm a very indecisive person when it comes to choosing my colors and how they mix and where they go and stuff like that. So, we're going to do the blue now. And, oh, there you go. I'm going to sprinkle that on there. And now, okay, so we've got red and blue. So naturally, I think we should do purple next, because red and blue make purple, right? Ugh, smells god-awful. I don't like the smell of grape. So, oh, I just spilled a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to put the purple here. Purpley purple. And yeah, I'm going to empty the entire contents because I like that. And now, green? Yeah, we'll do green next because it's the opposite of purple. Green here. Oh, gotta make sure it's in the frame so you can see what I'm doing. Now, I've never, as I said when I started this video, I've never dyed yarn like this before. Usually, I mix it up first, and then I put the yarn in, and if I want multicolored yarn, I kind of go and make a bunch of pots of dye bath and, you know, dye this much of the skein this color and that much of the skein that color. But I kind of like the way that it turned out in the pictures on Pinterest, so it'll be very interesting to see how this turns out. So we've got red, blue, purple, green. I think I do have orange here, but I think I'm just going to leave it as those 4 colors. You know, I could add the orange when I come back if I decide that it needs a little bit more color. I don't know yet, but we'll find out. So we'll just leave this to absorb the dye and come back and see how it goes. I'm kind of interested, very interested to see how this turns out. Okay, so it's been a while. Separate my tongs here. You can see that the dye, or rather the Kool-aid, has dyed the yarn. The yarn has soaked it up. So let's see. I'm interested to see what the other side. It looks pretty cool, huh? The other side of this looks like. Maybe just a little bit, if it works. Here. Okay. I was hoping that the other side maybe wasn't dyed as much, and then we could stick the orange in it. That would be Puddles meowing in the background. Puddles, do you want a cameo? Look, there's Puddles. Ooh. Yeah, you look very impressed. Anyway, I was hoping that the other side maybe I didn't take on as much as the dye, and then we could put the orange on it. But that's not the case. So what I'm going to do is, it's still cooling down. I mean, I can stick my fingers in it, but just not for very long. So I'm going to let it cool a little bit more, and I'm going to wash it out, and then yeah, we'll let it dry, and I'll come back with the end result. I'm kind of excited about this one. Well, as you can see, I'm excited about all my experiments thus far, and much more to come. So, yeah, we'll be back once this is washed and dried, and we'll take a look at it. Okay, so this is the result. I don't know if you can see that very well, but this is the result of the yarn that we just dyed. I decided to wind it on an upside down table because the last 2 videos you couldn't really see what was going on in the way of color, but this is the result. It's much like the ice cube experiment that we did. but has a little bit more color, whereas the ice cube experiment, the one that we did, was had more white in it, undyed yarn. So yeah, so this is it. I'll post a link in the description of this YouTube video where you can purchase it. I'm really interested to see what happens when I do other colors like the orange. I'm really upset that we couldn't use the orange in it. I mean, I guess we could, but it would mix with the colors a lot more. So yeah. So next time I'll try dyeing it with orange and other colors. So this is it. And like I said, I'll post a link to the listing of this yarn where you can purchase it. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you during the next experiment.